Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Shero Spotlight. And today I have two people on my interview segment, really special people that I met when I was judging a songwriter contest here in Nashville. And so I thought it would really be fun to have them on because they're sisters. And I love that. So let me tell you a little bit about them. They are a pop country singer songwriter duo. They're based out of Nashville. But they're originally from Ohio, and they're two sisters, Kayleigh, DeLozier, and Kristin Denton, and they're known for their harmony-driven powerhouse vocals, relatable originals, and high-energy live performances. And we're going to be talking a little bit with them about what it's been like for them this past year in regards to performing. They have shared the stage with several national acts, including Scotty McCreery, Tyler Farr, wow, Abby Anderson, and Richie McDonald from Lone Star. And their music video for their single You Were There was recently recognized and featured on CMT.com. And it's a really touching video. So you need to go check it out. And they were listed with NSAI as ones to watch. So they continue to make fans playing covers and releasing new songs. And they're ramping up, getting ready for when they can go out and perform again. And in town here, they've worked at the Bluebird Cafe, the Listening Room, the Commodore, and many other venues here in Nashville, Tennessee. So please welcome to the Shero Spotlight, Steel Ivory. Hello.
Hey. Hi. Thank you so much for having us.
I'm glad you could be here. Well, I used to sing with my sister when we were younger, and we always said we would have probably made a great act, but we would have killed each other. So I don't know. You guys would seem like the type that would fight. But when did you first discover you wanted to perform together? I saw the clips from the video of you were there where you were dancing together and performing as young girls, and it's so adorable. But when did you first discover that you guys wanted to, perform as an act?
It took a little longer for us to actually come to the realization that we wanted to kind of do this as a real thing in our careers. Because we both did music and stuff in high school and all that stuff, but we did a lot of things separately. Mm-hmm. And then
really?
I started performing with my dad after I graduated high school, and she was still in high school. And after she graduated, she went to college for a year for musical theater, and then decided she didn't want to do that.
I dropped out.
And
okay.
Kind of when we kind of decided that we wanted to come together and actually do this as a team instead of just trying to do it separately.
Yeah, I was basically super jealous and wanted to be a part of it.
Oh, well, that's some reality. Well, hey, whatever propels you forward. Well, you guys sound great together. And so who does what? For people that don't know anything about Steel Ivory, tell us a little bit about who handles what in your duo.
Okay, so Kayleigh is the main vocalist. She sings like the melody
lead singer.
Yeah, the lead singer. And I do all of the harmony, and we both actually play acoustic guitar, but we've been experimenting where I play guitar and Kayleigh's been playing
piano
keys.
Oh, yeah. Good.
It kind of goes with our name, Steel Ivory, the steel guitar and the ivory piano keys.
That works really good. Where did you get the name Steel Ivory?
It actually started when I was playing with my dad after high school, because he would play keys and I would play guitar. So he actually came up with the name. But then after we decided we wanted to be a group together, we were like, that's a really cool name. We should just keep it.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I think it's really neat. I mean, there's so much you could do with that, with merch and graphics and logos, and you could write a song about it. It's really good. So what's your process of creating together? Like, let's say that you guys were going to get together, nobody else in the room, just the two of you. What do you guys do? How do you bring it to the table?
Usually if we're going to get together just the two of us, we've probably already talked about what the idea is that we like we'll just randomly on this random day, I'll be like, hey, I had this idea. And if she's like, yeah, I really like that, then we'll set a time and we'll get together. Usually, I don't know, it kind of goes differently every time.
Sometimes well, I think it usually starts with a title or an idea.
Yeah.
That sparks like some creative thinking. And then, I don't know, we kind of get together. Sometimes it's a melody first, and sometimes we just start writing down some lyrics and go from there. It's kind of weird because since we are sisters, we think so much alike that we kind of just vibe together, and it works that way. So sometimes when it's just the two of us, it can get hard because we think so much alike. So sometimes
Oh.
it's hard to get a different perspective. So that's why we like to co-write a lot, because I mean, obviously we do write songs just the two of us sometimes, and sometimes it works out great, but sometimes it's like if we get stuck in a place, neither one of us can think of anything because we think so similarly. So that's
So you're just stumped.
Kind of bring in a
Yeah.
So sometimes that's when it's good to bring in like a third party and be like, "What do you think of this?" Because
Yeah.
we got stuck.
Yeah,
Also
I think
because
that's
we are so comfortable that we will be able to tell each other like, "Hey, I don't like that idea."
Yeah.
let me tell you, that stinks. And what if at the same time the exact same time you looked at each other and said, "You know what, that idea stinks." That would be really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we've done stuff like that before. We're like, "So wait, do we like this line?" No, we don't.
Forget it. Well, I know when I met you at the what's that songwriting festival called here in Nashville that you were on?
Things.
That's it, Nashville Rising Song. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I thought you should have won. You know, I really thought you guys were good. And I really liked your song. And I think it's really unique that you're keeping it in the family and your sisters. I think that's really cool. So then you guys came to my Songwriter Girl camp and you won Best Song at Camp. And I thought that was great. What happened with that song? Did you guys get any bites on it from anybody, or did you guys released that yourself, didn't you?
We talked about it.
Didn't release it. But,
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
No. But I mean, we've talked about it a lot. I think we've gotten a lot of like little nibbles on it around here, but nobody's quite like dove in and been like, "Yeah, let's do it."
That's good though, you know.
Who just wanted us to change a few things, and we tried, and we were like, it just felt really weird.
Yeah.
Well, that's difficult sometimes, you know, when you get a song really in concrete in your heart and mind and everything. And sometimes that rewriting is really a difficult thing to do because it's just what you want it to say, and there's really no other way to say it, you know.
Yeah. So we're like, I guess it is what it is.
I know. So what was your favorite part of recording your last EP?
Favorite part? Oh, I don't think I even thought of it. What was your favorite part?
The favorite part.
I mean, was it writing or was it tracking or?
I think it was probably writing. Like our first single that we released was called Yo-Yo, and we had so much fun writing that one with
we did.
Chad Sellers and Brian Palais. That song actually was inspired by a Facebook post, which is kind of weird.
I always like to say it's in a roundabout way. It was inspired by a tired mom not wanting to cook dinner. My mom read this Facebook post to us one day about from her friend on Facebook who said that she was tired after a long work week and she didn't feel like having to figure out what her family was going to have for dinner, so they were having a yo-yo night, which stood for You're on Your Own.
Oh, that's cute.
We heard that and we were like, we need to write a song like that.
That's great. I love that. Yeah, I wondered what that was an acronym for. I knew it had to be something. That's cute. I really like that. So what's one of your favorite things, Kristin, about working with your sister?
Oh, I love...
she's going to get sappy.
Oh, here we go. Cry. I love when people cry on the show. That's good.
I love that it's something that we can do together. Music is something that we can do together that always brings us together, and a passion that we share. And my sister's super talented, so I love working with her.
Yes.
We don't really fight a ton.
Yeah, that's good.
Little spats here and there, but nothing major.
That's good.
And usually if we do, we recover from it really fast. It'll be like somebody will like get really upset, and then like 10 minutes later, like, I may have overreacted.
Yeah. You were right.
Yeah, something like that. And then we're like, okay, we're good.
Sounds like you guys have a really good balance there. And what about you, Kayleigh? What do you love about working with your sister?
I think I just love that we have always been best friends since we were very little, all the way through high school and everything. So I love that my job is just to hang out with my best friend and do something that we love. So it's really awesome.
what's advice you would give to anybody that is thinking out there listening, that's thinking about doing a family act or, working with their sibling?
I think, I don't know, actually. We're weird. I feel like we're not normal families. Like, we're like super tight knit, super close, always been best friends. And like, our dad produces all of our stuff, and we're super close with him. And my mom is like our biggest fan. I don't know how I would give advice to people, because I feel like a lot of people, the reason they don't do things with their family is, like you said, they would kill each other.
Yeah.
But it's hard for us to give advice on that, because we really don't have that kind of relationship.
I think don't take it too seriously. Like, let things creatively just work out how they're supposed to. I mean,
yeah. And I would say don't take things too personally either with things, especially if like in a family thing, it can be hard if you like try to give each other criticism. Like, don't take it personally.
yeah.
Well, I know Bill and I have worked with acts before where, the one of the siblings can't really admit that the other one's really the lead singer, so you just saying, oh, well, she's the lead singer.
Not me. That's not me.
You know what I mean? That
Girl,
there's some
you take me.
She actually made that decision. She came to me like when we were trying to develop our sound, and she was like, I want you to sing lead. And I was like, okay. Which, because honestly, I feel like she has the harder job singing the harmonies and like getting all that perfectly. I feel like that's harder. So I'm like, okay, I'll sing lead.
Yeah.
I'll sing the melody.
Yeah. So I got to just ask this because I love the backdrop of your set here today. So you girls, hat girls. I know, Kayleigh, I think I've seen a picture with you wearing a hat or in your one promo shot.
Yeah, I don't know why at least I've been told that I'm a hat person.
She looks so good in hats.
I don't know why, but a lot of people have told me that. So I like to rock the cowboy hat sometimes.
I feel like every time I wear a hat, like in a photo shoot, the photographer's like, just take that off. So I'm like, okay, she's the hat person.
Oh, that's cute. I love that. So tell me a little bit about your video for your song, You Were There.
Oh, that one's super, super special to us. We wrote that song right before our grandpa passed away from lung cancer. We wrote it for him, and we were planning on actually playing it for him on a weekend that we were going up to Ohio. And we did play it for him that weekend, but we played it at his bedside when he was on a ventilator. And then we lost him. And then we sang it again in his funeral service, and it was just like the most special thing ever. So we knew we wanted to make a video to kind of pay tribute to him as well. So we had a bunch of old home movies that my parents had still in the garage. So we got them all out, and we went through a bunch of them and found...
We spent days going through that footage.
Finding stuff with us and our grandpa in it, and also just us as kids. And just wanted to kind of showcase that and our childhood and how big of a part of our childhood he was, and all of that. So that whole video is just very special to us and kind of paying tribute to somebody who was very special in our lives. Yeah.
That it's really touching. I really love it. And I mean, I'm real sentimental about that kind of thing. And I loved all the footage of you two as young girls and you sitting with him and you're reading books and things like that. I just thought it was really, really well done. Who did the video for you? Your dad?
Lexi Burke, actually.
Who was it?
Lexi Burke.
Lexi Burke. Okay.
She's amazing. She's so talented. And so we sent her all the video footage, and she kind of spliced it up and put it where it should go in the song. And then we also rented out an Airbnb for a few hours and went and performed and did the singing shots, and she recorded all that and did all the hard work of getting it all cohesive, and she did an amazing job.
I love how it turned out.
So happy with what she did.
So you highly recommend Lexi Burke?
Yes.
So she's also a videographer.
Yes.
Well, that's great. You get to work with somebody like that really gets you and gets your brand. That's somebody you can have a relationship going down the road with, and they can capture all kinds of things for you, because, what's the big thing? And as you are experiencing this as artists now, is content is paramount. You got to have a lot of content these days to be sharing with fans and everything. What works the best for you guys getting fans? What do you like to do to engage your fans?
Oh, we've like really gotten into TikTok.
Oh, really?
Started.
We have.
It's one of our favorite things, and people will get on there and they'll request songs, and
so we'll get on there and do little pieces of covers that people have requested. Or recently, we've been doing a lot of things with like sharing little bits and pieces of new original songs that we're like thinking of releasing and asking for people's opinions and all that kind of stuff. So
oh, that's good. I like that idea.
Things.
yeah,
That's good. So what are some of your plans for 2021? I mean, I know every artist's ultimate dream is that everything's just going to go back to ground zero normal and you're just go walk out and do whatever you want to do. But what are some of your plans? What do you guys think you want to do?
Love to get out and play more shows if things get better enough that we can. But right now, I feel like a big goal is just to release even more music. We've just released our EP in November, but we're already working on new stuff for the new year.
Probably have a single coming out in February.
Oh, good. Okay. Can we tell the title or no?
Sure.
Okay. What is it?
It's called Broke in Heart. It's basically about how, well, somebody who's fallen in and out of love over and over again, and they're just kind of worn out on it. And it's just kind of comparing things that you break in, like shoes and guitar strings and things like that.
That's a really good idea. I like that.
Thanks. Yeah, so we're excited about it. Our dad produced it, Jed Demlow.
Oh, good. And did you guys write that yourselves? You have another writer on that?
Yeah.
All right. Keeping it in the family, girls. I love it. Well, I always ask my guests a few different things. And one thing that I didn't ask you yet is, can you tell me a stay inspired story? You know, that's just something that's happened to you in your life or in your career that just really stuck with you and really impacted you in some way inspirationally. Who wants to go first?
I will. I already know.
Kayleigh has a big story.
Okay, she's got a good one.
I had a lot of health problems growing up from the time I was very, very young. I had hereditary chronic pancreatitis.
Oh, my word.
In and out of hospitals, like bedridden a lot of the time, in horrible pain every single day, having to live on painkillers, and just, it was not a good situation. And for a long time, I had several surgeries trying to correct things and make things better, and it just seemed like they would say, this is going to fix you, and then I would have it, and then it wouldn't, and then it would just keep going. So for a long time, I never thought that I would be able to be here and do this. I thought that I was always going to be too sick and that I was never going to be able to really chase my dreams the way I wanted to. And then I had my pancreas completely removed in 2020,
wow,
which is a huge surgery. It's actually not that common. It's pretty rare. So now I'm a diabetic, which is not the most fun thing in the world, but it sure beats being in and out of hospitals, and I'm not bedridden anymore. I'm able to get up and do what I love every day. So that's my biggest inspiration. Anytime I feel discouraged, I'm just like, you know what? You never thought you were going to be able to even try to do this. So you can't get discouraged. Like, just keep trying, because at least you're here. At least you're doing something. At least you're working for it. And I didn't think that was going to be a possibility in my life. So that's my biggest.
She's my biggest inspiration too.
Thing.
Oh, that is a really amazing story. And to be a child and to live with that is so difficult. I can't even imagine, but I'm so glad you shared that. I didn't know that about you, and I'm glad you're better now, and you're living this great life, you know, and making music.
I'm grateful for it every day, because as I said, I really didn't think that was ever going to be possible. I always wanted it, but deep in my head, I always thought, yeah, but you're never going to be able to do that.
Wow. That's such a blessing. What about you, Kristin?
Well, I mean, her story feels like so much like mine, just because
really
she went through it with me.
I mean, Kayleigh really is my biggest inspiration, because she was playing big shows and stuff when she was feeling really bad. Like, some of those big accomplishments that we have, like opening up for Scotty McCreery and stuff, like, she still was, you know, not feeling her best, but she still got up and did it, and because it's something that she's passionate about. And
I would push through because I was like, well, even at the time when I didn't think I was going to be able to do things on the scale that I wanted to, I was always determined not to let that completely control me. So there were a lot of times that I went and did gigs and I was really sick, but I was just like, no, put on a smile, pretend you're not, you're good.
That's really, really a great inspiration and good advice for anybody listening. And also, Kristin, I mean, you were there with her and you were supporting her, and a caregiver has a lot of stress and a lot on them as well. So you guys, it's no wonder everything that you're doing together, because how can anybody ever separate you? How could you ever go off and do anything without each other? You know what I mean? You're so embedded in each other's souls. That's so cool.
The one who kept me positive through a lot of it, because I mean, she would come visit me in the hospital every day when I was there and like make me laugh when I like felt like I was gonna die.
Aw, so that's great. What did you say?
She's making my nose burn.
We're getting real cheesy in here.
Oh, okay. That's okay. I like cheesy and crying and sentimental and sisters and family. I love it all. That's great. When I also always ask everybody this question: what is your powered word for each of you? What's your power word and why?
Oh, I have two, but
I know I have two too. One of them was perseverance, because that's something that I always had to do with that situation. But even if you're not in that kind of situation, like if it's something you really want, you just have to keep working for it and keep trying, no matter how many times you get told no matter how many times you get discouraged or feel like you can't do it. You just got to keep trying.
Yes.
But another one is strength, because that I actually have that tattooed on me down here.
She does.
I decorated my stomach, since it's kind of covered in scars, with,
okay.
with that word and symbol, just to remind myself that after everything I've gone through, like nothing can really hold me down. Like I have infinite strength. I can always come back from anything and build back up and do what I want to do.
You two should be doing some inspirational, motivational speaking events with this backstory. It's really good.
He was really good at it.
It's really good. And what about you? Go ahead.
Switched roles, not on as big of a scale, but now Kristin, I'm a lot more healthy, and now Kristin has the autoimmune thing now, so I feel like we've almost switched roles, and like we understand each other even better now, because as I said, she hasn't been in the hospital or anything, but she's working on getting used to a chronic illness as well, so it's just kind of like we've flip-flopped and just really understand each other and know where we're coming from.
What are your power?
I think mine would probably be determination, because you got to be determined to go through the good times, the bad times in Nashville. I mean, it's hard. When we first moved here, we did not know anything.
We had no idea what we were doing.
We were super naive, but we just wanted to get out there and meet people and stay passionate about it. And I think we have, and we're determined to be the best that we can be. So
that's so good.
We're just gonna keep working.
I have no idea what I'm doing either. So you join the club,
Right. I feel like we've every year we're slowly learning a little bit more, but we still does anybody ever really know exactly what they're doing?
No.
Well, and the thing too is, if Nashville teaches anything, it teaches you anything. If you got your eyes open about it, you really learn so much about yourself. And, I studied with an acting coach that was always about, being clear about what you wanted to do and, really having your eyes open to that. And I think that's one thing about Nashville. I think that there are people like you girls that, you get that figured out, you know who you are, and there's other people that don't get clear, and the getting clear thing is the key, and it's all those other things, being determined, persevering. You two girls have a lot of strength, and I always love talking to strong young women, because I think you're great role models, and you should definitely be out there telling your stories. So finish this sentence for me. Whoever wants to go first is fine. And I don't know what you're going to say. I can only imagine. The thing I'm most grateful for today is
family. Especially in 2020, family has gotten us through everything.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
We Zoom with our family in Ohio every single Friday.
Yeah.
And it just makes
our extended family, like our grandma and our cousins and our aunts and uncles. And I'm really grateful that we have a big family that is also supportive of us and what
Yeah.
we're doing with our careers. Like, sometimes there are people who are like, oh, that's not a real job, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, right.
We don't have anybody in our family like that. All of our family is so supportive of us and wants us to follow our dreams. And I know you would say the same thing. We're grateful for our husbands because
their family.
They are the family.
Of course.
Especially now during COVID, we are not really able to make money in a big way doing music.
Right.
And so we both have husbands who work and help support us so that we can continue to follow our dreams and not have to go and work in grocery stores or
where you can be compromised with your health. Yeah.
So we're very grateful to have wonderful men in our lives who help support us and help us keep going with what we want to do.
That's so great. I knew you were going to say that, but I had to ask. Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Now, before you go, where can the listeners find you online, or where can they find you? You can find your music.
Our music is on Apple Music, Spotify, Google Play, Amazon.
I don't think Google Play is a thing anymore.
Oh, is it not?
They shut it down. They changed it to YouTube Music or something.
Yeah, they did.
So that's where it'll be.
YouTube Music. We're on Instagram, Twitter.
All of our social medias are at Steel Ivory Music.
Okay.
So find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, all those good things.
All the things.
That's so great. Well, Kayleigh DeLozier and Kristin Denton, who make up Steel Ivory, the two amazing sisters from the Buckeye State. Go Buckeyes. So nice to see you. Always a pleasure. You're such great girls. I love you. And I want to wish you all the, thank you. I want to wish you all the amazing success in 2021 and forevermore, and great health. And I hope I see you again soon. Everybody stick around. We're going to be right back.